G'day all, welcome to my channel. This is the first video of a series that I'm going to document on the rebuild of a 1971 Clubman GT. Thought I'd just give you a bit of a rundown on this car while we go through a time lapse on interior and exterior clean of the car. So I picked this car up in November 2023, picked it up down in rural Victoria, down in the Gippsland region. It's from an owner who had it off the road for about 10 years, got to the respraying the body and putting wheels on it, but it stopped there and had been sitting for several years since. Interestingly, it was a barn find. We had to get this extracted out of a shed in the front of his house that was also used for his business, so it was covered up in a lot of ceramic dust, and he had to take away a false wall to extract it out of his barn. We couldn't just roll it out of the shed, so a wall had to come off, and then there's no steering and there's no brakes, so we had to finagle this out of the shed and then get it up on a big trailer, which was no easy feat, given that the hydroelastic was let down too, so it was basically rubbing on the wheel arches. It's probably 80% complete. I got the original engine, the engine number matches. I don't have the GT knob. Also, I don't have the original factory wheels. It's got ROH contestors. Unfortunately, it came with the red center caps, which is nice. He never put them on, he always just had them in a box. He would recommended that they're as rare as hen's teeth and never leave them on the car. So it's nice to get the contestors at least anyway, they do look nice. The boot looks to have been a replacement boot floor and battery box. I need to put some holes in there for the fuel line and also the fuel tank vent lines. So it is a replacement and there's a little bit of work to be done there. I've got the fuel tanks. Body wise, it's okay. There's a few little dents that I plan to fix up and some scratches, and the lower vertical sills have to be painted. I believe that this car came with black vertical sills, so satin black. That's what the previous owner said, and I plan to do the same. The wheel wells are already black, so it'll be nice to match it and have the black vertical satin black colour there as well. The rear bumper I installed, that was one of the first things I did when I picked it up before I gave it a clean. I just wanted to get one thing out of the way. But I've got the front bumper bar as well. What else is missing is the interior door linkages, the remotes, the arms. I've got the interior and exterior handles. I don't have the front door cards, and I don't have the front seats or the basket weave. So I'll be looking to source that. A few other little bits and pieces as well. In the engine bay, the air scoop comes to mind. When I picked it up, there was a lot of other parts missing, but fortunately he's been kind enough to send me up two boxes full of parts, and he said the rest of the stuff is still around, so I'll be waiting to see if he gets in touch with me and sends me whatever else he had for the car. Ideally I'd like to get all the door parts, otherwise I'll have to try to source that. So they're just held closed at the moment with masking tape. Interior wise, I think some animals been in there. It looked to be rat droppings in the carpet and all on the floor, so giving it a thorough clean and giving the rear basket weave a good thorough scrub. It doesn't have steering. The steering wheel is just about to fall off, you can see there. So I basically just move this car around by pushing the front wheels left and right, twisting them to maneuver it back in and out of the garage. Just giving the basket weave a thorough scrub, trying to get in there with a paintbrush and brush out all the grime. It hasn't seen any action for over 10 years apparently. So it's good to get all that grime out. The sealing was all done by him, which was really great. Nice clean sealing. It's got one sun visor in there, I've got to put the other. I don't have the courtesy light. I've got the belts, I've got the handbrake and all the equipment for that, so I'll plan to install that a bit later. The good thing was that the rear seat was fully intact. There was no tears or damage to the basket weave trim. It was nice and soft. So here I'm just giving it a good thorough clean, getting all the grime out, but it was really pleasing to see how well that had lasted. I mean, it's a 1971 car, and it's been decades, but the vinyl's held up, which is fantastic. So the plan for the car will be to document small pieces. I'll probably start with the boot first. I've got to put the seal around the boot lid, the tanks in, fix up the wiring, etc. Fix up the boot board, put the mounts in there, and so I'll document that, then probably work on the interior and the doors and the brakes, and just progressively move towards the front. So I'll be documenting this in small videos as we go along. I'll try and show an honest video recording of everything that I did, including all of my mistakes. I haven't actually rebuilt one before. I've always had a complete car and just done minor upgrades and small things, but this is the first rebuild I've ever done. So anyway, just give you a bit of a final video, walk around of the car, but yeah, I hope you can join me while I document the restoration of this car or the rebuild. And yeah, please leave comments as you go along. Let me know your thoughts or any advice. I'd really appreciate it. But I really hope to get a good video out, because there's not a lot of history on this car. There was only 1200 built. There's plenty of information on the forums, but nothing really online, no good videos. And yeah, this is a really rare car for Australia, so hope to give a good, honest video documentary on this car and the rebuild, and take you along the journey. Anyhow, thanks for listening. I'll just let you have a look at the rest of the video. See ya.